So it's been exactly 1 year since I walked away from a job that I held for 17 years. Pretty much it was the hardest decision that I ever had to make, and it couldn't have came at a worse time. We were expecting our third child. It was around the holiday time, or it was a little bit before. Matter of fact, it was 1 year ago from today that I quit my job. And I want to talk about that experience, what I've learned throughout the year, what I would do differently, and why I have no regrets at all quitting my job, and why every single person that doubted me can go fuck themselves. Let's get started. What's good, everybody? Ken here. You're watching OriginaldoBo, and did I already tell the haters to go fuck themselves? But hey, just one more time, go fuck yourselves. I'm feeling great. How about you? It's been one whole year since I've quit my job that I had for 17 plus years. I had a great job, a comfy little office job, a work from home job that required me to travel once a month prior to COVID hitting. After COVID hit, things hit the, shit hit the fan. They sold us to a Canadian company, and I utterly hated life. But I quit my job. I walked away from all that to pursue content creation, YouTube full-time, and my real estate photography and videography business full-time. In the mix of that, somehow I got involved with 3D printing, which has become a big part of what I do today. So I'm gonna take you through sort of the trials and tribulations of things that I've learned, things I would do differently, and why I really don't have any regrets quitting my job. So firstly, I quit my job. I walked out on them. I initially put my 2 weeks in, but then I basically just told them to go fuck themselves. I really don't have any regrets on that because I didn't have a plan B. I had no plan B. And I think the best plan A that you can have is not to have a plan B. Anytime you have a parachute or a safety chute, you're gonna pull it when you feel like you're backed into a corner. So not having that plan B made me just push that much harder to see plan A work out. Now, the weeks after quitting my job, I had a lot of doubt. I mean, I had to talk to a lot of friends to talk me off the ledge, make me think that I was making a bad decision pursuing this lifestyle. So I listened to a shit ton of inspirational audio, you name it. I was feeling really depressed after quitting the job. And for weeks, like after quitting, it took me a while to let my clients know that, hey, this is now my full-time job. If you need me, call me. I'm full-time now. Don't hesitate. So when I first quit, my business wasn't doing a shit ton of money. I was making like maybe $5,000 a month from the real estate side of life, which I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I was hoping it would have did more. And I didn't have a lot of clients at the time, but I was doing about $5,000 a month. And there was days I remember freaking out because I didn't have any shoots booked. So that was hard to really wrap my mind around, that it doesn't matter what you do day to day. It just matters at the end of the month that all of your bills are paid. So I had to start thinking in a month to month mentality. And now I just think about it as a year to year mentality, but I'm basically living month to month when I'm doing my appointments and scheduling. So I'm not trying to worry too much about the days, because if you worry about the days, you're gonna freak yourself out. So that was the first thing I had to realize. Don't worry about the days, worry about the month. The second thing I needed to learn was time management. The most valuable thing you will have as an entrepreneur or a small business owner or somebody who is self-employed is your time. Schedule, schedule, schedule. And that was the mistake that I made. I was not scheduling out my day adequately. So I was leaving like large blocks in my day open where I didn't know what I was doing with that time. I didn't know if I was 3D printing. Like right now I'm 3D printing. You probably can hear the printers, but I didn't know what I was doing with those large blocks of time. So the first thing I had to do was get a good scheduling app and make sure that my schedule was transparent. So the first thing I wanted to do is get people to stop texting me to schedule appointments. I wanted them to go out to my website, book an appointment. That way my scheduling was sort of automated in a sense. So the first thing I did was I got with my web developer and we set up online appointments, and that has been a game changer for me. It's also made it a lot more convenient for my clients to book with me. So online appointments was number one. The next thing I did was anything I was doing, whether it was even if it was after hours, I was putting it in my schedule, allotting myself a set amount of time to edit, a set amount of time to shoot, and a set amount of time to even be with my family. I've even scheduled sex for that matter. You got to put it all in there, because if you're not putting it in there, you're not maximizing your day. The most valuable thing you will ever have in life that you can never generate anything more of is time. So first thing I wanted to do was schedule the shit out of my day. And I think now I've gotten to a point where I'm pretty good at it, but that was a mistake I made when I first started. I wasn't scheduling enough time. Finance management, my goodness. When you are basically working and you're doing an online business, or you're doing any sort of business for yourself where you're not getting consistent paychecks, the best thing you can do is pay all your bills up front while you have the money. So that was something that I learned to do. I was paying my bills the first of the month, just get everything banged out, get it out of the way. So that way at the end of the month, I can see what was left over. So that was something that I had to get accustomed to, because previously when I had my day job, I was paying bills as I would get paid. And that's just how it sort of worked with the schedule. But now what I do is at the first of every month, I pay off my bills and then put money away for profit for the month. My goal is I'm trying to save at least 60% of the earnings from Apex to put back into the business and keep as profits. So far, I've been able to do that pretty consistently, and we'll touch more on that when we get into the amount of money we've done this year. But that is the amount that I'm trying to invest back in the business, at least 60%. And then the other 40% I'm using to basically live. So that way, as far as my wife knows, nothing ever changed with me quitting my job. So that's something you definitely have to do if you're planning on going out for yourself. All right. And then the fact was, when I did quit my job, I quit my job at a weird time. It was August, like it is right now. And what was coming up was the holidays. So I was getting hit with this holiday rush. So a lot of my speculation and angst for my business really came from the fact of the timing of quitting my job. It seems like with real estate, business is better February to late June. But after July, trending into more of the holiday months, after the hottest months, and into where school starts, it's going to get slower. So I know that. So I went into like squirrel mentality and started squirrel away money, so that way I can survive in the months where it is the slowest. Now, keep in mind, I do have 3 different businesses. So I have the 3D print business, I have Apex, and then of course I have YouTube. And then somewhere mixed in there as well is like affiliate earnings, which we'll talk on that a little bit later. So I have 3 different businesses essentially that I'm trying to run as one. And for the most part, I think we've done amazing. The 3D print business has absolutely went bonkers this year. And I thought it was going to drop off after last year, but honestly, it shows no signs of slowing. And one of the things that we've really prided ourselves on is creating products that people really need, products that people really want. We try to give them interesting, funny names to make it memorable. So from a marketing standpoint, I've really went deep into the tank to try to figure out what would make me different from other 3D print businesses. And that's it. Quirky names, products that just absolutely work and that are super thoughtful. We've had our fair share of clones throughout this year, like Chinese companies literally ripping off our products. And it sucks because there's not a lot you can do about it. It is incredibly flattering to see them ripping off somebody like myself, like I would consider pretty small. It sucks. I hope that most of the people will still come back and buy from the original designer. But, I get it. Like shipping overseas has been an absolute challenge this year. And we really haven't had much luck in the Europe market just because the price to export from the US is so high. So I'm looking for European shipping partners, people that I can absolutely trust to be able to be a partner in the OriginaldoBo store. And hopefully that will expand our global reach and then also make things a little bit more affordable for everybody across the pond. Here in the United States, I basically went through and I've sort of slashed prices on parts that I saw cloned. And I've even, you may not know it, but I even released STL files secretly for some of the products that we are creating, just as a fuck you to the Chinese people that were cloning our product. Hey, if you're going to steal from me, I'm gonna make it to where you will never make any money on anything you steal from me. I will fuck you up financially. All right, and then Apex has absolutely blown up. So once I was able to do this full time and communicate with the agents that I was going full time, it just, things started clicking. We started firing on all cylinders. Now it hasn't been all that easy because some of the challenges that I've talked about, and if you're friends with me on Facebook, you know that I'm in a market with my brother, and it's challenging at times to compete against family, especially when your skill sets are very, very similar. You have to figure out a way to differentiate yourself from them. And I think I do a pretty good job. I'm not trying to compete with them. My clients are very different than his clients. So that's all I'll say about that. But one thing that has helped me is reaching out to the competitors in my market and befriending them. I don't want to compete with them directly. I don't want to steal their business. I'm just looking for people that I can vent to, that share the same experiences, share the same frustrations in the market that I can talk to. And I got to say, my buddy Eric has been absolutely awesome. It's nice to finally have somebody that's been in my shoes, been there, seen the same things I see, and to be able to talk to him about some of these things has been awesome. I'm still basically, for the most part, 95% doing this on my own. I don't have any help. I haven't hired anybody. I have my buddy Nick that does shoot for me when I do travel. I have an agreement with him. We have an arrangement that I think works out for both of us. But if it wasn't for Nick, I would be in a lot of trouble when I travel. And to have somebody that's been shadowing me for the past 3 years, that knows my clients, knows my style, know exactly what to expect of me, and can put up with all of my psychotic behavior is really important. And if I can clone Nick like 5 times over, I absolutely would. So Nick has been truly awesome. All right, so then we have YouTube, and YouTube's sort of what I would call the lost leader. I was for a while cranking out like 3, 4, 5 videos a week, but I've really slowed down as I've gotten so busy with the Apex side of life. I've even tried to incorporate content from Apex into the channel just so I can stay consistent with at least uploading 1 video a week. I think at this point, the only thing I can commit to is 1 video a week and a live stream. Anything beyond that, it gets really, really hard to do. When there is a new release, you will see that I will put out more videos because I get inspired by these new releases. So I want to create more content. But as of right now, I've not really been all that inspired. I love flying my Mavic 3. I love flying the Mini 3 Pro. I've pretty much all but abandoned ship on my Autel products just because they don't inspire me to the same way as my DJI products do. You can call me a sellout, you can call me a fanboy, I don't care. I have thick skin. I've gained a lot of weight throughout the year, and I'm okay with that. I just love flying what works best. So that's why I've sort of trimmed back a little bit on the content I'm creating around YouTube. So, but it's still staying pretty consistent as far as revenue. And then of course, we also have affiliate sales. You may have seen that I've been working very heavily with Pilot Institute. That is not by accident. That is honestly by design. I love working with these guys. I feel like they are the Linus Tech Tips of the drone industry. They have such an expansive team with amazing talent over there, and it makes it really easy to want to work with them. They're like-minded. Greg is a take his shirt off the back so you can cross over a puddle type of guy. And that's why I've partnered with them, is just because they are so good and they are so great at what they do and what they do in the community. And they really do care about the direction. They're so in tune to things. It just makes it really easy to partner and work with them. So I've done some courses with them. You can check out those links in the description below. Shameless plug, of course. And then of course, I still have my affiliate links. Every time you guys click on an affiliate link, it does add to those sales. It does help sort of move the needle. It's not like a huge amount, but it does help out and it doesn't go unnoticed. Trust me, every time you guys download or buy one of the LUTs that I sell or buy anything from those links, I see it. I know who you are and I appreciate your support tremendously. So what I'm gonna do now is just go over some brief numbers here for the earnings for the year so you can give you an idea. Because there was a lot of haters that thought I would run and turn and go back to my day job. But honestly, I don't think my day job can do near what I'm doing here. And I like to be as transparent as possible. I feel like OriginaldoBo, the channel, is a business. So consider this like a Tesla earning call or something similar to what Apple would do. This is a for the people type of channel. So I want you to sort of see where I'm at and know that if you decide to do the same thing and go out and do this for yourself, if you put enough into it, you can get the same out of it as well. So right now for the year on YouTube, we have made a net revenue of $8,900. And on average, it's about $1,200 a month, basically, for the past, I want to say it's the past 7 months. I'm sorry, $8,400 for the past 7 months. So not a crazy amount of money, but it's pretty consistent. And I look at YouTube as more of the advertisement to everything else. As far as affiliate earnings go, so affiliate earnings are combined from all sources. I have Amazon, I have Pilot Institute affiliate earnings, I've got B&H Photo, I've got little softwares that people buy, I've got LUTs that I sell. So all of those sources, we have done $14,675 in revenue. So right now between YouTube and affiliate sales, we have $23,075 right now. Moving over into Etsy, Etsy has been blowing up. And again, we still have 5 months to go into the year. And right now on Etsy, we have done $36,045. So $36,045 on Etsy. That is gross revenue. That's not backing out the profits, by the way. So right there, that is $59,120. So I told you that I quit my day job and I was only making $65,000 a year. So if I didn't do Apex and just focused on YouTube and focused on the Etsy thing, right now I am $5,000 away from making my salary that I made when I worked for the software company that I quit last year. Now let's go ahead and add in the revenue that we've generated from Apex. So Apex Imaging, that's my company, and that's where we do videography, photography. For the year, we have done $69,725. So $69,725, giving us a net revenue right now so far of $128,845. Projected for the year, I am expected that we should do about $225,000 total business for the year is what I'm expecting to do. That's if the numbers keep taking the trajectory that I expect them to do. So 128, 845, I'll back out I'll say about $35,000 to $50,000 in net operating costs, and then another 20% for taxes. So I should clear probably I'd say about $140,000, I think, before the year is out, which is still, for me, I mean, like perfect. Because again, one thing I don't do is I don't live outside my means. I don't buy unnecessary shit. I don't spend crazy things. I don't go on vacations. I'm always working. Right now, this video is being recorded at 1 a.m., mind you. So there's that. And yeah, I basically just work. But one nice thing is I rather work 24 hours a day for myself than 40 hours a week for somebody else. I like the fact that if I need to go to Vegas to go to a convention, or I want to go to Philadelphia to visit friends, I can just get on a plane and go and not have to ask permission. I got to tell my wife, but I mean, that's like one of those things. I just booked the ticket and ask for forgiveness later. That's what I do a lot of times. I just ask for forgiveness. I pray a lot, but that's it. That's my story. 1 year later, I think we're going to be okay. And next year we'll be able to replicate the same thing. So to the people that doubted me or gave me a lot of hate for quitting my job and saying that I couldn't do it, go fuck yourselves. We're doing A-okay. Probably a lot better than you are worrying about me. All right, hope this video does two things for you. One, inspires you, and two, helps you stay original. I'll see you next time.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power,